Peace be with you and welcome to Spiritual Court. If you are new here, welcome. If you're new, 9 times out of 10, it's not a coincidence. There's something here for you. I always say everything always is in divine timing, okay? The interesting fact is these readings are timeless. So when you find it or when it finds you on your timeline, literally, just know that it's right on time, okay? So my thing is, I hope that you take these readings and any readings that you're watching and you sit down with your higher self and you sift through what you need to sift through and you simply leave what it is that you no longer need or something that just might not even resonate with you. Maybe it's for somebody else. Pack it up, ship it out, lay it down, let it go, let it flow and give it away. Maybe there's somebody else here that it belongs to, okay? Yeah. Give it away and let somebody else process it and digest it, okay? But if you are returning back to this platform, you are my beautiful, amazing, high vibrational soul tribe family, and I freaking love you from here to the moon and the stars and even beyond that. Come on in, my beautiful soul tribe family. Let's go ahead and tap into this energy and see what is going on. Ding dong, the wicked warlock is dead. The hitman is dead. The witches are dead. Now, here's the thing. Witch is a really saturated term. Because you have some light workers, Reiki healers, that, you know, might identify or give themselves the title as a witch, right? In my opinion, I compare it to like the Wizard of Oz. You know, there was the good witch and then there was the bad witch type energy. And that's how I see energy, okay? Why am I saying this? Because this is my disclaimer when it comes to this kind of energy. I don't want to, you know, step on any toes, if you will. But I feel like we all have free will. You know, we all have a dark side, a light side, and what you do with it by way of your energy and your choices in life is totally up to you. Just know that you have to hold yourself accountable to whatever the energy is that you have put out. Now, I will say this. We've come back into this life to spin the block in the age of Aquarius to balance out the light and the dark, right? So there could be some controversy when it relates to that. You got people that identify as white witches, warlocks, but warlocks is kind of like a taboo term of agreement by way of the spirit realm, in my opinion. Warlock actually means an oath breaker, a rule breaker, right? So there's certain spiritual rules that are in place. Some of them, you know, we bend them when we need to by way of our own free will, but we're held accountable to a higher standard, right? By way of the spiritual laws of heaven. Those are the ones that matter. There's the basics, you know, like don't be mean, don't kill, don't steal, don't destroy. Those are the basics, you know, like the 10 Commandments, okay? As my wonderful Hebrew brother told me, he said, baby, the 10 will get you in. I said, oh, okay, what 10? He said, the 10 Commandments. I said, I know that's right. So I'm going down a list of the 10 Commandments. I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm good here. I'm good here. I'm good here. Okay, if I did anything to break these unintentionally or unconsciously, Most High, can you please show me what is in my heart? Right? Put me in alignment with your assignment. I don't want to break any of these rules. These are very easy rules not to break. Right. Okay. So alchemy. Let's talk about it. Light, dark, good witch, bad witch. You know, Glenda the Good Witch. Somebody called me Glenda the Good Witch one time. A guy, he was Italian, was doing my taxes. 70-year-old guy from New York. I didn't even know he was a hierophant like that. Okay. He was doing my taxes. And he goes, what's your date of birth? And I go, blah, 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 blah. He goes, oh, I see. I said, I know. It's intense, isn't it? And he goes, you're Glenda the Good Witch. I'm like, oh, thank God. I came back to be good. You know what I mean? I'm not even holding anybody to the fact that, you know, they assassinated your girl in the 1400s. They assassinated me again in the 1800s when I spent the block. I was absolutely an alchemist. I was the herb lady down the street. You come down there and we're going to heal you from whatever that little dis-ease is. And they burned us at the stake, y'all. Yeah, they beheaded us. They burned us at the stake. And guess what? They're not telling. What did y'all do with the remains, you savage bastards? What did they do with the remains? Ashes to ashes shall they put it in an urn and put it on their altars. And some of them even consumed it with the hopes that they could touch. Your spiritual alchemy. Well, this is the thing. The bones don't work without the spirit. So some of them wanted to conjure up your spirit. Some of them wanted to keep you trapped in between realms. And here we are today doing it again. So listen, I call upon the Galactic Confederation. I call upon the alien beings, the extraterrestrial energies that talk to us all the time by way of frequencies. They send us synchronicities to let us know that we are going the right way. Quite literally, intentionally. Listen, you are the Soul Tribe family, Most High God, of pure love and light. Please remove any insidious evil eyes that could be focused in on me and my beautiful soul tribe. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell them, put your evil eye right there and thump them in the evil eye to get them to see. Sometimes you got to thump these people right in the center, you know, like right in the middle of the two eyes that they have, their physical eyes, to awaken their pineal gland. Just, you know. I just heard Chinese water torture. Whatever it takes to wake you up. That's why we're here. Give me the current energy. My beautiful spirit team, what's going on? Oh, they were sending attacks to children. Y'all gonna burn in hell for that. Sit the hell down. I'm not channeling that energy. Please close that door, please, and thank you, Holy Spirit. Yeah, y'all gonna burn in hell for attacking the children. Okay. They finding out your children got hands. Your children got a prayer life. Your babies can see spirits. Yeah, I just heard, I see dead people. Holy Spirit, show me what I need to see. What's going around? Somebody's going to need you. This came up in the last reading. Always coming around begging. There's a family member that's in the Five of Pentacles. This could be a karmic child. You're being guided to protect yourself from this person. They could have transferred the entity to this person. This is a young adult. For some of you, this child is in their 20s, early 20s, late 20s. For some of you, they have an addiction. This is a spirit, okay? There's somebody in your family that's responsible for putting a spirit on whoever this child is. This is your child, or this is coming by way of the father's bloodline. That's what I just heard. So curses on the father's bloodline. Yeah, this is a karmic child. It was easy to put a spell on them. That's what I just heard. It was easy to put a spell on them. It's a karmic child. This is an unruly child. Yeah, I just heard their father is a vampire. Okay, maybe before your awakening, you got pulled in, possibly by a little, you know, love spell because you were still learning to love yourself. That's the only time love spells work. I'm being serious. Is when you lack something by way of within or self-love for yourself, or something within you is missing. Love spells work perfect on people like that because they can smell your insecurities. Vampires can sense that you need to be loved. They listen to your story. They're very calculated. You're like, yeah, my mom dogs me out, and every time I meet people, they go away. Like, you just telling this person all the way around that you are just speaking all this nastiness onto your life, and they're sitting back lying in wait to devour your soul. It's the truth. So with this child, I'm feeling as though this child is a karmic child. Somebody that you could have even felt a certain presence around them, like, what's wrong with you type energy. Yeah, they're coming around begging because you're in this successful business energy. I cannot make this up. So the tables have turned, okay? The rabbit's got the gun. Y'all ever seen a rabbit with a gun? Kind of like Bugs Bunny energy. You know, I'm from the Bugs Bunny era. You know, I used to come home from school in Compton, California, trying to get used to California. I was from New Orleans, from the swamp. And I would come home at 3 o'clock and watch Bugs Bunny. There's truth in that cartoon. When you really think about it, there's truth in it, you know? Bugs Bunny, he was an asshole. He was always on the run. But when he got the gun, he was like crazy. He was always just, you know, he was always on some shit. He had the gun. So now that the rabbit's got the gun, back to spiritual court. Yeah, fraud, theft, identity, something. Listen, somebody is begging. Somebody trying to snatch your money. These people stole money from you. Thank you, Holy Spirit. They stole money. Identity theft. Now they're in the Five of Pentacles. Karma is whooping that ass. Karma's kicking somebody in the ass. Karma's knocking on somebody's window. If they're in the car, knocking at their door, letting them know, hey, we saw that. You got to pay for that. Always coming around begging. So you're in this successful Ten of Pentacles energy, okay? Somebody is hoping that you're going to be in a temperance energy with them. This is what they're praying for. They're praying that you remember the good times and that you're in this temperance energy with them. Temperance is balance, okay? Earth angel energy. These are people that you were nice to and they betrayed you, okay? Could be family members, friends, something like that. Somebody's got a lot of karma attached to them. So be mindful of people that cross your threshold with karmic debt. Literally, they can F up your life. It's not personal. This is why it's important to know who you are so that you can discern correctly, properly, okay? And do things from a right heart space. But you're being guided to leave this person behind. This is somebody that tried to sacrifice you. Somebody's coming around begging. Somebody's in the Five of Pentacles and you're in this business and success energy. Something about somebody's business taking off. I just heard your business is taking off. That's what I just heard. Yeah. The Chariot. You're being guided to move forward. Four of Swords and put this to rest. Yeah. They want some money. They need some help. They need some milk. Okay. Show me this person always coming around begging. Virgo. Somebody's like homeless. This is like when I think of earth like this in the reverse, I think of your foundation. I think of your home. I think of your stability. I think of your domicile, where you are, your domesticated living environment. Your house, your home, the place that you call home, the only place that you can go that is away from the world. So you got the Hermit in the reverse. Somebody could have lost their house. Yeah, they losing right now. You got the Six of Wands in the reverse, not having a victory. Clarify, always coming around begging because they see you're in this business and successful energy. Somebody needs your help. This could have been somebody that you helped in the past. Yeah. Look, the Five of Wands, but they were sending you conflict, giving you evil eyes. Somebody was always jealous. Now they're hoping that you will play the fool. They're hoping that you play the fool. You got the Queen of Pentacles because you're in this stable energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. I feel like when somebody was up, you could have been down or you could have been balancing out your finances or your stability. Yeah. And this person was cutthroat. Look, they went Queen of Swords on you when you needed their help. Now they're coming around with great humility. Damn near on their knees. Child, I know you lied. Clarify what's going on, Holy Spirit. Yeah, there's somebody that was always like secretly in competition with you. This is a blessing blocker. Ooh, rebuke it. I rebuke all blessing blockers. Don't come this way. Don't ask for nothing. We ain't got it like that. We got it, but we ain't got it with your name on it. Whatever it is. There's somebody that stole from you, by the way. Okay, you got the Five of Wands. They need to go get the money that they stole from you while they asking for some money. Yeah, and add tax. Clarify. Who is this person? Five of Wands. Jealousy. Yeah, look, they begging. Page of Pentacles. There's somebody that you either have a child with or this is a karmic child, y'all. Okay, you got the Six of Pentacles. There's somebody that you were fair with. I feel like if you had to walk away from a karmic child, this person left you no other choice. It's not easy when you have decent maternal instincts, when you got to walk away from a karmic child because they karmic as hell. You just like, you know what? And as much as you wish that they would be different, you pray for them, you still want to keep them at bay because this is a hard child to raise. Who is this Page of Pentacles? Or somebody's coming along, penny pension. It's either that or the other. Yeah, this could be a karmic young adult child, okay? Somebody, again, that you distance yourself from. You were told to walk away, and so you did. Yeah, because good mothers don't walk away from their children. So this is a spiritual issue. Yeah, you got tired of this little bastard. This could be somebody else that's just carrying a breadcrumb, but it's giving karmic child, okay? Adult child. Let's be clear. They are no longer your responsibility. They are not a dependent. You got the Seven of Swords. This child is sneaky. They did something behind your back. What did they do with the Seven of Swords? Identity theft. Money. They stole some money. They're a straight up liar with the Ace of Wands in the reverse. This person always wanted to disrupt your peace. When I think about the Ace of Wands in the upright, I think about peace. Ace of Wands in the reverse, it's like disrupting your peace, blocking your divinity. This is a blessing blocker. Who the hell is this? This could be a friend as well. Fraud. Yeah, this could be somebody's friend. You got the Eight of Swords in the reverse. You broke free of some type of toxic relationship. Whatever this is, it doesn't matter who they are, brother, cousin, sister, ex, whatever. They are an ex for a reason and you are simply leaving them there. Somebody doesn't have a good report card with you. It's like, I can't remember one good moment I had with you. Ooh, child, that's crazy. That's crazy. When you think about it, you like, you was always an asshole. You were always a headache. Nah, you ain't changed. And I don't want to take a chance to find out. I'm good. I'm not starved. You know, it's no new friends. We're not accepting applications type energy for new friends or family, whatever. Yeah, not this type. It's a hell to the no, because there's nothing new about you. Something's old and outdated. I just heard the boy that cried wolf. Could also be the girl that cried wolf. If you know the story about that, well, you know, the boy that cried wolf was always saying, the wolf is coming. The wolf is coming. The wolf was never coming. Just kidding. And the people start to see this person as a disturbed person. They're like, why do you keep saying that? Bitch, is the wolf coming or not? And when the wolf was really coming, he's like, no, really, though, it's this. I'm serious, telling the truth this time. Nobody believed him, child. And the wolf ate his ass up. Well, the last part of the story is something that I just added to the story. However, but you get my drift. Now this person could be crying wolf. I really need your help. You know, I know, you know, in the past. And it's a tower. They're coming to a harsh reality that they absolutely destroyed. I just heard. They destroyed a bridge with you. Clarify. They destroyed a bridge. Yeah, they did. Empress energy, you're coming up as a mother figure. I promise you this is a karmic child. This is somebody that you provided for. Queen of Pentacles, you could have been a single wife or a widow. Clarify, something like that. Living without the father figure raising the child. Yeah, you're absolutely a mother figure. I'm hearing you are a good mother. You were a good mother to this child. Nine of Pentacles. This is a single mother. Solo effort. Empress energy, caring, loving, kind, grounded. Queen of Pentacles, you work. Everything that you have, you worked for. You took care of your children. You took care of this child. Okay? You're coming up as somebody that is protecting your peace. Empress energy. Single parent, single mother. That's what I just heard. Yeah. Seven of Cups. Clarify the Seven of Cups in the Tower. Yeah. Three of Cups. I can't make this up. Something about you protecting your celebrations. Something about you making wise decisions. Seven of Cups is about choices. You know that all these cups are not good cups. But with the Three of Cups, you're protecting yourself. You're protecting your protection. Somebody wants you to let down your guard. You're protecting yourself. You're protecting your peace. Peace over everything is what I just heard. Yeah. I can make it up. Nine of Wands. Look at you. Protecting your peace. I heard protecting your protection. Why did I hear protecting your protection? Yeah, death. Because somebody got a spirit of death on them. They bring endings. They bring bad energy. They bring, like, they're blocking blessings. Something in this person is not right. Something did not correctly splice by way of the DNA. Why am I feeling that? Clarify the DNA. The DNA of the child. Yeah, this child was just born karmic. Always been crazy. Straight up. Respectfully, for the person that is giving birth to this person. I know this isn't easy. But I feel like at this point in your life it's easy. With the Ten of Swords, this is a child that was always trying to betray you. Always holding a grudge. You could give birth to a peach cobbler. You could birth diamonds out of your womb. And this child is the kind of child that could not have been satisfied. They had an insatiable desire for insidious behavior. It's in their blood. Show this person's daddy. Who's child? So you're coming up as the Hierophant. You could have been married to this person's father. For some of you, both of you are earth angels. For some of you, you're a single mother. And Hierophant is somebody could have been of a spiritual background or nature, and they abused some type of karmic law. Clarify the father. Yeah. You had a child with somebody that had a cursed bloodline. Whoever the father is, the child was like carrying on their sins. You know, this is somebody that you came in to clear a karmic debt out with. The child, unfortunately, was the meat between two slices of what appears to be bread. And so you got the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, somebody was just like cursed. Because you're coming out as the Hierophant. You could have been married to this person, or you're married by blood, or you were married by blood. Yeah, you don't have to have a ring, a ceremony, paperwork to be married to somebody that you have a child with. That is your contract. The child constitutes energetically by way of its DNA as the contract between two people by way of a spiritual debt that needs to be settled. Yeah, your ancestors was like, hell no. The Emperor. I can't make this up. You got the Seven of Wands and you got the Emperor. For some of you, they tried to turn your child ugly. But this is in the bloodline, y'all. This is like a curse on the bloodline. Somebody took on their father's sins. Clarify something about protection. The Seven of Wands, protecting your bloodline. Yeah, the Six of Cups. This is like an old debt, okay? Maybe something like a few hundred years ago, not that long ago. You know, time is an illusion. We were just 1,000 years ago, like 10 minutes ago. It ain't that big of a deal. If you know, then you know. You know how we move throughout the matrix, you know, navigating throughout the grid. Listen, hold on, Holy Spirit. I told the Holy Spirit, hold on. The Holy Spirit's like, okay. Queen of Cups. Let's go ahead and process it. So clarify this person. Clarify. Yeah, the truth is out, okay? So this child could also be going through some type of an awakening. But I feel like you're still being guided to stay away from them with the Two of Wands to keep your distance. Yeah, the Eight of Swords, maybe they are going through some type of an awakening. What's the fraud issue? What did this child do? They brought death and illness, something like that. This is like a child that could have had a spirit on them. Straight up and down, where they got it from, nobody knows. Maybe it followed them from the past life or something like that. But they were absolutely a down payment for this bloodline. They were absolutely a payment in its totality because of your lineage with the Hierophant, Ace of Swords energy. Then you got the Six of Swords in the reverse. This child was always blocking peaceful circumstances. This is a chaotic child. It's the kind of child, you know, the house is clean and everything is good. And you like, sit your ass down. Or they're looking for something to kick up some type of dust or energy or whatever this is. It's a child, unfortunately. Clarify this child that was possessed with something. Yeah, look, King of Swords in the reverse. This is a child that you see as somebody that is detrimental to your health. And because you are in optimum health, you're staying away from this child. Look, King of Swords in the reverse. They didn't want a healing environment. I also feel like this is a child that was holding a grudge towards you. You could have given birth to one of your enemies. This child could have unalived you in a previous life. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it above. Yeah. This child unalived you in a previous life, but your debt is paid. Judgment has been called down. The papers have been filed with the spiritual courts of heaven. 10 of Pentacles. This child assured that it came back into your lineage and you paid your debt. This child was supposed to leave you for dead with the 10 of Swords, death, and the 6 of Swords. This is an old warlock soul. This child is older than you. That's what I just heard. You gave birth to your arch nemesis. You absolutely did. This person came like a thief in the night. You gave this child just beautiful love, unconditional love. And that was the problem. You loved this child under all conditions. Nobody should love anybody under any conditions. No, ma'am. No, sir. This is not unconditional love. I do have conditions on my love, right? Type energy. That is my love language. Like you can't cheat. You can't steal. You can't be, I mean, you know, the 10 will get you in. Type energy. You can't kill, steal, destroy. I don't want to be living and laying next to somebody that is wishing me ill will. With the 4 of Wands, though, peaceful energy. Yeah, this is some type of karmic soulmate that you gave birth to. Yeah, you gave birth to your karmic soulmate. You gave birth to a spiritual assassin. What was the spirit angry about? What happened in the past life? What happened? I don't know, but they got caught in the vortex. They got caught in between realms, something like that. They were supposed to come and make something right, but they missed the timeline. So they ended up being your son, right? This is that kind of person. Yeah, this is that kind of person. King of Swords, or it could be a daughter. Okay, with the 9 of Swords, this person got lost in a vortex of confusion. This is somebody that knows magic. I'm going to be honest. This is the kind of child that every lifetime, they don't have a mother because they unalive their mothers. This is that kind of child like, oh, my mother died when I was 14 type energy. Not because this person is a cursed energy. Spirit said entity. Clarify this child. What happened in the past life? Yeah, look. Queen of Wands, something like that, in the upright. In a past life, this person was a sister, they unalived you. In another life, they were your mother, they unalived you. Then they came in as your friend, they unalived you. And in your final ascended master energy, you finally mastering self, they decided to choose the path of being your child. I cannot make this up. That's funny. Give me current energy, Holy Spirit. Yeah, the star energy, you're here as the star. This is somebody that you really put a lot into. You poured into this child. You carried this child to full term with love. And I see you doing it independently. But even though the father's bloodline is the Empress energy, you were supposed to co-create with somebody else. And there was a false offer that came in here. Yeah, abandoned, single mother. That's what I just heard. 8 of Cups. This father walked away because that was not the person you were supposed to co-create with. This person just wanted to be bound into your bloodline. Could have put you in a third-party situation. Okay? This person collaborated with the devil. Just like we got spiritual contracts, high refined energy on a high level, these people have demonic contracts that they need to be obedient to because the devil got them bound. And if they're not going to get what it is that they want. This is about wish fulfillment. So this father could have wanted to keep you stuck, knowing that you were in the Ten of Pentacles energy. You're coming up royal. That's what I just heard. Somebody figured that they need to catch you now before you awaken type energy. Yeah. It's given the devil could not have killed me even when he had me type energy. Somebody's saying if only I could go back in time, I would have definitely did you in. Yeah. You're the real magician. You could have even attempted to alchemize this energy around your child. Clarify. You sure did. You sure did. They tried to block your intuition. The High Priestess came up in the reverse. So this child could have been doing supernatural things unbeknownst to you. To keep your intuition blocked. This child wanted you to go into the shadows, go into the dark side. So this child was opening up doors, portals, things like that. That's what I just heard. Something like that. The Two of Swords and the High Priestess in the reverse. This child came to test your integrity for the Most High. You were this child's sacrifice. You need to know this. This is confirmation, clarification. Because I feel like even as a mother, you know, with a child that is unruly, it's like you still have this love for your child. You still have a love for your child. You're a good mother. But this is a child who has seen too much on a supernatural level. And they've done too much. They've done something with identity theft. Something like that. This could have been a child that took your credit card or something like that. That's what I just heard. Or they did something illegal that you've yet to find out about. And now somebody's hit a brick wall, so they need money. That's karma, actually. That puts this person in great humility to the universe. Never humble the people. It ain't really that deep. We don't need too many humble people coming around like, I want to humble myself to you. No, you need to humble yourself to that nasty ass energy that you racked up. Okay? In the past lifetime too. You were absolutely this child's sacrifice. This child did a lot of like mental manipulation type thing. This is the kind of child that'll hide your keys. And then years later, they'll tell you, you remember that time you lost your keys? It was me. Like, what the hell? You mean to tell me how to get another key? I spent $500 to get a new key. Like, bitch, what is wrong with you? It's giving that kind of energy. This is a child that has a lot of concerns, but I feel like there's an entity attached to them. I feel like it's easy for entities attached to this kind of child because they're carrying over some type of grief from a past life where they were coming up as the Queen of Wands. So somehow they feel like you could have taken their spot. Is that what I'm getting? And they're just like on this spiritual vendetta, jumping through timelines, being reborn and reincarnated to carry out some type of demonic ass agenda. Okay, what is this? Okay, this child, this child wanted you to go into the dark. Two of Swords is confusion, putting you in a state of confusion. Yeah, this child tried to take your gift. Ace of Pentacles in a reverse. Whew. This a powerful ass oath breaker. Clarify what's going on, Holy Spirit. Yeah, this a powerful ass child. Toil and labor. I feel like somebody was working the moment they knew the power that they had. Something like that. And constantly putting you in a state of confusion. I feel like this child wanted you to feel like your prayers weren't getting answered. Because they weren't. I'm going to keep it real. This is a dark ass, karmic ass child. This is a dark ass, karmic ass child. Yeah, very selfish energy. Knight of Cups in the reverse. Look, manipulative. This is the kind of child that'll look at you and be like, well, mom, you know, child, a whole liar. Sophisticated liar. This child believes that they're smarter than all the adults. And I'm telling you, they've only gotten more and more sophisticated. It is simply because they can smell your business, your success, and they want to pull at your heartstrings. Look at you, Queen of Pentacles, Empress energy, Hierophant energy. You're very spiritual. You're very caring. You're being celebrated. Queen of Cups, you're psychic. Nine of Pentacles, you carried this child to term by yourself. Eight of Cups after somebody walked away from you. Ace of Swords, now you're in your new beginning. You got the Emperor to the Empress. You could also be in a new relationship. Ten of Pentacles, child and judgment's being called down. Listen, and you got a new beginning. I cannot make this up. Ace of Cups. This is somebody that can smell it. They're hoping that you're still in this energy of naivete. Spirit says they have gotten worse. Whew. They're coming in with a breadcrumb, appearing to have gone through an awakening. It's a very sophisticated principality here, y'all. It's a very sophisticated. And when I mean a child, I mean like maybe somebody that's no older than 25. Something like that, right? Yeah, it's like that's all I got type ass energy. A whole bunch of bad karma. They're going through some type of financial break or something, but they stole money. They could have even collaborated with other people against you. Damn. Yeah. This child was like making you sick, sucking your life force out of you. Look at the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. This is like harvesting your soul, harvesting your energy. This could have been a sickly child. I feel like the only reason this child is alive is because of your prayers. I'm going to keep it real. You were literally praying for what appears to be the son of the devil, the son of Satan. And I hate to be that way with somebody's child, but that's what I'm feeling. Clarify. They need some money. They're coming through. They're trying to come towards you, but you're being guided to keep moving with the Chariot. Damn. Yeah. Keep moving with the Chariot. Three of Wands in the reverse. The universe is actually blocking this person because they've done too much, which is why they're in the Nine of Swords and the Ten of Swords. There's somebody that completely turned on their parent. Now that I feel like you're more mature spiritually, you can see that this is because of the DNA. It didn't splice, you know what I mean? It didn't mesh well type energy. Yeah, look, I can't make it up. It's the father's bloodline. This child is like karmic debt, like a payment. Something through the father. I don't know what this is, but you got the King of Wands in the upright, and you got the Emperor, and you got justice. Something about making things fair, between two bloodlines. This is the father's bloodline. But the father walked away. The father walked away. Yeah, you're not in communication with this person. Four of Pentacles. You're holding your peace. It's a beautiful time for you, Empress. It's a beautiful, loving time for you. Yeah, you're leaving these people out in the cold. Hell no. Five of Pentacles. So they're struggling financially. These are people that I feel like did the ultimate. They stole from you. They stole money. It's a lot here. With the Ten of Swords, I see somebody taking money, hiding things, just doing things, and you're like, all this time, you mean to tell me it was you? This is this kind of person. They definitely should have gotten help early on in life. I'm going to be quite honest. I feel like you've released the guilt, though. I'm seeing somebody that's a really good mother. Empress, Queen of Pentacles. It's like somebody that goes to work, comes home, takes care of themselves, takes care of their children. Page of Swords. Yeah, now everybody's watching because they're in the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse with the Five of Pentacles and you're in the 10. Whew. Whew. Yeah, for real. At last, honey. Something like that. That's the energy that I feel for you. Like, whoo. Because when you co-create with somebody that has this much karmic debt, clarifying, asking for spirit to confirm this person's bloodline, they came up in the Wheel of Fortune and the Six of Swords in the reverse. Child, that is a cursed bloodline. You took the hit for the father, the mama, the fathers, all their people on a bloodline. On the father's side of the family, it is what you signed up for. Your debt has been paid. This is the kind of child that was supposed to make the right decision, knowing right from wrong and choose the light. But instead, they definitely had your intuition blocked. They were manipulating you every step of the way. I just heard this person was only in it for cash and prizes. Ooh, it's that kind of child. Only in it for cash and prizes. Yeah, it's the lineage. It's the lineage. It's the bloodline, honey. So, this is the message. I'm going to keep this one short because we got to get to some other readings. I'm going to pull one more card. I'm looking here too at the bottom of this deck and it says family feud. So this child could have gotten into some type of feud elsewhere with family members. I don't know why I see that. I also see a child that's jealous of their parent. Isn't that sad? It's kind of hard to even say that out of my head. But that's what I see, quite honestly. Okay? I just want to check something else before we close out this reading. Show me energy right now as it relates to this child. What is it that the spirit realm wants us to know? Yeah, the Most High is not playing. The Most High don't give a damn. The Most High is snatching up karmic children too. Child, this came out right away. It says rejected. Whoo! And right up under that, it says happily single, doing you, dating stress-free, setting goals, and career focused. I cannot make this up. Whoo! I don't think anything's coincidental. Spirit is saying, rejected. Why? Because this is somebody that's probably worse than they were the last time you were connected to them. Now they've grown into a full-blown, full-grown, sophisticated manipulator. And this is quite possibly somebody that has manipulated all the people that they can, and they're not able to manipulate anymore. So they burned their bridges, and so now they want to spin the block. The Most High is like, no, you don't. Remember the last time you got that lesson and you were obedient? That's what I heard. And that's hard to say about a child and their parent. But I see somebody that is carrying some type of energy. Because when you decide to go against an earth angel child like that, you are now signing contracts with low vibrational entities to stop that person from going on their destiny. Well, sounds like it's a wrap. We're going to take the Most High's advice and reject any negative energies and or false offers. As we close this door, y'all, I just want to let you know that I really love you. Thank you for the love. The donations are really, really nice. Sometimes I can't respond, y'all, on Cash App or PayPal right away. I have like 3 phones, okay? So sometimes I get those messages later, but just know that I'm very grateful. I thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be here in Spiritual Court, okay? So I'll see y'all in the next video, okay? Until then, as always, peace be with you.